Alright, footy fans, get ready to join the chat as we talk everything about footy. Here at the NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast. Here are your hosts, AJ and Breno.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of NRL Live Chat 2.0 podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Breno, and as always with me I have PJ. How you doing, mate?
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Good weekend of footy.
That's good. Close weekend this weekend, eh? A lot of close games, close results. We'll get through that and a lot more.
Make sure you join in on the chat. Also, if you're joining us live on our group page today, comment away. And if you're listening to us on your favourite podcast, make sure you check out our NRL Live Chat 2.0 Facebook group page. All right, let's have a look at how round 9 went. What did you make of the round? Anything that stands out for you, PJ?
Oh, the Bunnies started strong. 10 minutes. It's about as long as it lasted.
Yeah.
And
you're at the game too, weren't you?
Watch. The Roosters were really, Roosters were really impressive, I thought, against Brisbane. The Titans again, Gallen in defeat, really pushed Melbourne Storm all the way. And the Knights, they got to win.
2 in a row. All right, let's have a quick look at. There we go. Results for round 9. Didn't want to come up there. All right, so Rabbitohs, like you said, started strong against the Panthers, but Panthers put on 42 unanswered points, winning 42-12. Sea Eagles and the Raiders had a hard-fought match. Sea Eagles taking a quick lead. Raiders fought back to clinch the win, 26-24. One of those close games we're just talking about. Roosters also made a statement on Friday night with a dominant 40-18 victory over the Broncos. Then a tough game over at Bulldogs versus West. Ended in controversy too, with $11,800 in fines handed out to various players. Match review committee very busy this week. Dogs 22, Tigers 14. And some players now sitting on the sideline, I'd reckon. I do have a bit of a video here of an incident that happened in that match as well. Did you see this scuffle, PJ? There was a few players in a bit of trouble here, I think. Seafar sent to the bin after this little headbutt. Ouch. Clemmer also found himself out in the change room and both sitting there in the naughty corner. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it was an emotion-charged game. I was very surprised Reid Marnie didn't get sent to the sin bin. He come flying in and escalated the situation. The Tigers guy got sent for the face palm, actually, for smacking him in the face with an open hand. And then I think they missed a headbutt, because I reckon if they saw that Tigers player gets sent off. But there was only 4 minutes to go. But yeah, Raiders, what a comeback. 20-0 Manly led that game and came back to win. In the other half of the games, as I said, Titans really gallant in their loss to the Melbourne Storm. They probably got a little bit unlucky with a couple of calls there as well. The Dolphins 28 beat the Cowboys 26. The Cowboys just can't get it going, and the Dolphins just seem to keep winning. The Knights were really good, I thought, on Sunday, downing the Warriors 14-8. They were a lot better than they've been in the last couple of weeks, Breno. So that was a good sign for the Knights. And the Sharkies, 20-10 over the Dragons. That was a much closer game than I think a lot of people thought.
Yeah, also there was a bit of a gaffe with the Dragons. I don't know if you've seen that. The poor old Jack Bird's 150th NRL game. He got his jersey spelt with Dargans.
150 games, and the Dragons repay you for that service with Dargans and spell it wrong. But they've released some new merchandise, as you can see.
There it is.
Up the Dargans.
Up the
you can
Dargans.
get your Dargans shirt from the St. George shop.
Oh, yep. You can buy it now. No. Anyway, let's have a look at the ladder. So you've got the top three and the bottom three staying the same from last week. A couple of movers up the ladder. A couple of teams going down the ladder. Dolphins has gone back up. after their little
Yeah,
win.
Raiders. I said it. I said before last week's game that Ricky will be looking for a response from the players, and at 20-0 down, I thought he didn't have it, but they hung in there and they kept coming back. And Manly, God, they've faded in a lot of games this year. They should be a lot better than 11 points, and they're still fifth.
Yeah, it's
With the amount of games that they've butchered. So Manly fans can be rightly annoyed. They should be pushing for top spot with the draw that they've had, the loss of the Dragons, now handing the Raiders that one, and there was another one as well that they just didn't close out. That could have been 15, 17 points. They could be leading the comp.
Yeah, quite easily, yeah. They're hanging in there. There's like a few teams hanging in there. All right, talking about hanging in there, let's talk about our tips. I didn't do two. 5 is reasonable, I guess, but you managed to notch up another 6 there. Well done.
Yep. Doing well. I don't want to talk about my multi, though. We'll talk
No,
about
let's
that
not talk
later.
about multis. It's mine definitely wasn't too good anyway.
Yeah, 2 big upsets there, Brenno. Manly, I didn't see that coming. The loss to Canberra. Manly fans can be rightly concerned. If you look back over their draw, they had the loss to the Dragons and the Eels. They drew to the Warriors, and now they've handed Canberra 2 points. That's 7 points Manly have thrown away this year with games against teams they should have beaten. They're 18 points. They're first place. Yeah. Manly fans can feel rightly upset by that. And then the other game I got wrong, Roosters, too good for the Broncos. I thought the Broncos would be really good at home. They've been playing good football, tough, rugged football.
That was a shock, that one.
But the Roosters, as a South fan, it hurts me to say, really impressive game. They are starting to really hit some form, and I don't like to say that. So
no, but they're looking good after that one. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's jump into the next round, round 10. Can you believe it? We're into round 10 already. And we kick off on a Thursday night at Suncorp Stadium with the Dolphins taking on the Seagulls. So Dolphins are paying $2.02 for this one after their win against the Cowboys. Seagulls coming off that loss we're just talking about to the Raiders. Dolphins could be on a roll here, I think, maybe. So I'm going to say the Dolphins. This is going to be my upset for the week, I think. 1-12 for the Dolphins. What's your take on this game? PJ, what have you got here?
Yeah, so Herbie Farnworth's back. He's a huge in for the Dolphins. Ben Trebojevic is also back for Manly. I just can't trust Manly. I've been tipping them, and they just keep throwing games away they shouldn't. Yeah, they shouldn't lose. So I'm definitely tipping the Dolphins. I've stayed strong on them all year, and it's paying dividends. At home, Manly haven't travelled too well, so Dolphins for me as well.
Yeah, for sure. We're moving to Friday night games. We're heading to Bluebet Stadium. Panthers are taking on the Bulldogs. Panthers sitting in 3rd. Bulldogs hang on to that 8th spot after their win last week against the Tigers. Panthers after that big win over the Rabbitohs. I think the Panthers might be too tough at home this week. I'm going Panthers 13+. What's your thoughts on Panthers and Bulldogs? Interesting.
I'm thinking very similar. They're paying live bet right now. $1.15 is the Panthers, and Reid Marnie is paying $1.01 to upset one of the Penrith players in the first half. So you've heard it here first. Reid Marnie, the serial grub this year. He's got a mouth only a mother could love, and he's upsetting a few people. I reckon he's going to upset a couple of Penrith forwards very early in that game, try and get under their skin.
I'll have to look for that in the markets.
Bulldogs, Yeah, they won last week. They weren't super impressive. Panthers 13+ for me as well.
Yeah, for sure. Then we head up to Combank Stadium on Friday night. The second game, Eels versus Broncos. Eels are in 12th. Broncos in 7th. Eels are paying $3.11 after the bye. Hopefully that might give them the edge, maybe a bit of a rest over the week, and then they come against the bruised and battered Broncos. But I'm still going to take Broncos 1-12 on this one. What else have we got? What have you got on this one, PJ? What's your tip?
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Broncos. Parramatta have a pretty good record against the Broncos in Brisbane. Blaze Talagi comes in for the injured Clint Gutherson. Huge loss for Parramatta. Jesse Arthurs is also out along with Adam Reynolds. But Brisbane really haven't skipped a beat when Adam Reynolds has been out. They just kept their rolling on motion forwards. So it'll be a good game in the forwards. They've got some good forwards up against each other. Hopgood, Madison, and Paulo up against Payne Haas and Jordan Ricky and Pat Carrigan. But I think the Broncos will be too classy.
Yeah. Yeah, Gutho.
Maybe 1-12.
Gutho's out as well. Adam Reynolds out. Also, Bryce Cartwright. No, what a shame. Cartwright scored 6 tries in his past 6 games at Combank, so could be someone to put on for any time or first time try scorer. All right, move on to the Saturday games, and we head over to Tamworth at Scully Park. From what it sounds like, it's almost sold out as well. The Tigers take on the Knights. Tigers are paying $2.28 after their loss to the Bulldogs last week. Knights are 2 wins in a row after edging out the Warriors last week. So I'm going to take the Knights to go 3 in a row. Go the Knights 1-12. Bet with my heart there.
Yeah, this will be a really good game actually. I see, West Tigers really not being too bad, and Knights are starting to come up. And while I think the Knights will win, I think it'll be a close tussle. Jerome Butler's been good this year. I think that the Tigers are just still lacking that direction in the halves, where Jackson Hastings and Tyson Gamble have definitely been providing that for the Knights, and I think that's why they're starting to get some structure to their game.
Yep.
And it gives the likes of their forwards, the Saifidi boys.
Yeah,
and Jacob's back this week as well.
And so is Frizzell. Frizzell's back as well.
For the Knights. So Frizzell back. That's another big in as well. So I think the Knights. I'm thinking maybe 1-12, but I might change on that before the weekend. But that'll be a really good match.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Leo Thompson's 50th NRL game as well. Good luck to him. All right, let's go into the next one. We have Dragons and Rabbitohs. Dragons sitting in 13th. Rabbitohs down in 17th. Both teams struggling for a bit of form, but Latrell's back this week. Can he be the difference? I think this will be a tough game, and I'll be tipping the Rabbitohs to come back and get a win here, 1-12. This is your team, PJ. What's your thoughts this week? How he's going to fare up against the Dragons? Yeah, in Cogra. Yeah.
Down at Cogra Saturday Ave, sorry. It's a great place to be. It's a beautiful field at sunset. Dragons, as I said, they were okay against the Sharks last week. They definitely had opportunities to win that game and just really poor play. Kyle Flanagan had a Barry Crocker. Makale Ravalawa, Mr. Ravalawa. He was amazing. Everything they gave to him, he pretty much put over for a 4-pointer.
Yeah.
But the Rabbits, mate, there's so many injuries, They've named Gahemet Shibasaki, which they brought in from Townsville Queensland Cup to play. Now, Alex Johnson is on an extended bench, and I'm hearing rumours from within the club that he will play, but he is on an extended bench at the moment. I've never had a South team where I don't know the players, and there's blokes in there I just don't know. Dion Tiapu, I've seen him play a couple of reserve grade games. He's been really good. He's coming in at halfback, our third halfback for the year. But there's Matt French. He doesn't even have a photo on the NRL website. Bailey Bentley Happy. Good luck, boys. I don't know who you are, but the next generation's clearly coming through. I think the Rabbits have 15 players out, injured or suspended at the moment. Shocker. It's just been a really tough year, and we need Latrell to stand up. We need him to say, "Hey, I'm here for the red and the green," and go out there and absolutely put on a show and show everyone how great he is. So, with any luck, the Bunnies get some structure and they edge home. But I can't even give you a tip right now. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I think maybe South, but Dragons at home with the amount of backup players we got going on, it doesn't look like a bad bet. I'll sit on the fence.
Yeah, it'll be a tough one, I think. All right, let's moving into the next Saturday game we have at Amy Park, going down to Melbourne for the Storm and the Sharks. I think this will be the match of the week. Someone will end up outright first after this one. Both coming off some small wins against the lower teams. Storm are missing Paps and Hughes. I think I'm going to go Sharks 1-12. Sharks are paying $2.69 though, so it can go either way this game.
Yeah, top of the table clash for the Storm and the Sharks. It's 2016 grand final all over again. My wife actually bumped into Royce Hunt. I won't say where she works, but she bumped into Royce Hunt, and he said he was really hoping he'd be back in first grade this week. Wham, bam, there he is on the interchange bench. So Roycey Hunt, we're cheering for you, buddy. You get out there and rip it up. See you, Sophie Talakai. Great game last week against the Dragons. 2 tries. Probably could have scored a third. The bench is a really interesting. Nelson Asafa Solomona there too. So I think I'm going to go Storm in the tips.
Yeah, right.
But again, I'm going to sit on the fence for now. Even though Ryan Pappenhausen is out and Jerome Hughes is out and Toby Rudolph is back in, I think I might.
I think he's out.
Yeah, I might still go the Storm.
I got him out on my list.
It's a tough one.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, sorry, Toby Rudolph's out. My apologies. Royce Hunt's in. That's right. I just said that. So
there you go.
Yeah, I think I'll go the Storm, but I'm going to fence sit on that one. You'll see my tips very soon.
It's definitely going to be a tough match, and worth sitting down to watch, I think. I'll be sitting down with a couple of beverages, I reckon, yelling at the TV. All right, let's move into the Sunday games.
Close weekend.
It should be. Okay, we're at Allianz this time for the Roosters and the Warriors. Roosters sitting in 6th, Warriors down in 14th after their loss against the Knights. They're in some sort of slump, losing 3 in a row, while Roosters have scored 100 points in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to go Roosters 13 plus for this one. They're only paying $1.28, so there's not much money in it. After their big win against the Broncos, it was a surprise match too. So, what have you got in this game?
The Warriors just are not getting there. Unfortunately, they're not getting that platform from the forwards. That's not giving Sean Johnson space. And they've got a great look at the back line. Nickel Klogstad, Wateni Zalesniak, Tuivasa-Sheck, and Marcelo Montoya, and Rocco Berry, who's a establishing player, but he's been really good as well. They've got a great back line with Tamare Martin at 6. They should be scoring some points, and they're just not getting it.
Yeah.
The Roosters, 100 points in 2 weeks. They're going to crack 40 again this week. It'll be Roosters 13 plus. Pains me to say it, but they are absolutely in good form. James Tedesco is starting to find his origin form at the right time. He's been very scratchy to start this year, but he's starting to really get there. And Angus Crichton, 2 tries last week, really pushing for a contract renewal after Rugby Union pulled the contract from him. I'd say he'll take less, of course. He'll sign for less.
Right.
But, the Roosters announcing, or not announcing, but the media announcing that Roosters are making a big play for David Fafita.
Yeah, it's a couple of teams chasing him, I think.
Yep. Apparently he's sounding out Melbourne. There's a couple of other teams as well, but the Roosters, apparently with $3.5 million to spend next year with all their players leaving, he'd probably be a really good signing for them. They can keep that work rate up. When David Fafita's work rate's up, he plays great football.
He's been playing pretty good. Here's a question for you though. So, do you reckon Tedesco is a sure thing for the Blues, or is it too early to sort of start? It's less than 30 days away, so.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, Scott Drinkwater was looking really good for me, based on form before the season started. The Cowboys have just can't get anything going. He's trying his hardest and doing an okay job, but he's not showing me Blues state of origin. So Tedesco's the incumbent. He'll probably get the job.
Yeah, especially if the Roosters keep winning.
There's just not much around.
No.
Even Tommy Turbo at fullback, he's just not showing the form. I don't think anyone's going to displace him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which is great for Queensland.
Yeah, unfortunately, but hopefully they can sort it out.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the last of the games. We're going over to Seabus Stadium. Titans are taking on the Cowboys, another Queensland derby. Cowboys need a win. They're desperate. But I think they might do all right this weekend. So I'm going to take the Cowboys 13 plus. They're paying $1.64, so not much in that as well. After their loss to the Dolphins last week and Titans lost to the Storm, who's going to turn it around this weekend?
Yeah, the Titans have been really good, really unlucky, just not getting across the line, you know. But the Cowboys just so similar, you know, just not good enough. And this is a must win for the Cowboys if they're going to turn their season around. They're in 10th and slipping fast. The Titans have impressed me over the last month. 3 really close losses against good teams.
They've been a bit unlucky.
And a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, super unlucky, you know. And now they're playing these weaker teams in the Cowboys. I'm actually tipping the Titans 1-12 in this one. It's the first time I'm going to tip Titans all year. I think they're going to get home. Braden Burns has been named onto an extended bench for the Cowboys. Ironically, a South player last week. We've let him go when we're having all of these injury crises and we're running short of players.
Yeah.
I don't know what South management's doing, but he's extra for the Cowboys. He's literally number 21. He's on the extended bench. Ridiculous, Souths. Ridiculous. Yeah.
All right. That's that's all the round 10 matches for us there. A little bit of insight for you all. Hopefully you can take something from that and maybe get a couple of wins on that. A bit better than my multis last week. Anyway. Let's have a look at some stuff that's been in the news a bit recently or since that game we were talking about before with the refereeing. So I've got a couple of things here that I want to talk about. So we're looking at the Titans and Storm late in the game. Less than 2 minutes to go. It was 22-20 to the Storm. There was a bit of a controversial call here. I've got a bit of a video there. The question is this a strip? The on-field call was a knock-on and the Storm challenged it. Here's the video. Now, was this a strip? They were successful in the challenge. However, everyone can't understand why it was a penalty for a strip when there's no stripping action there. Now, Graham Annesley came out. He said he claimed that this is a wrong call by the bunker. But felt it didn't really impact the game as the Storm would have had the ball anyway. You be the judge though. What's your thoughts on that one, PJ?
Yeah, mate. Seriously, Graham Annesley is 100% right. Does the video ref need a bigger television? That's my question, because I'm watching on a 65-inch and I could see, and everyone else could see, and Graham Annesley could see, and the commentators could see, but the one person that matters, the video ref, can't see. He reaches, hits the guy's arm, and causes the ball to dislodge. There's no stripping action. He can hit his arm. Yeah. It's as clear as day. I do not understand how they get that wrong.
Yeah. I've got another one here. So apparently there's no such thing as an automatic penalty try, according to Annesley. This is the Knights versus Warriors near half-time. Is this a penalty try? Apparently no such thing. There's a tackle in the mid-air, as you can see here. Marzu attacks Selesniak in the air for a potential penalty try. Went to the bunker. And it come back as just a penalty. There was no certainty that the Warriors would have scored there. Again, you can be the judge. What's your thoughts on that one, PJ? It's a bit controversial.
I think the video referee needs a bigger television.
Again.
I don't
That's the running
know what
theme.
Annesley's talking about. No automatic penalty try. There was one a few weeks ago. It might have been Adam Reynolds or someone put a grubber kick in and he was just taken out and he was the only one running for the ball and they called a penalty try. Well, there's absolutely an automatic penalty try. The guy jumps up, he gets hit in the air. You're not allowed to do that. You've never been allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Takes him out, and as a result, he drops the ball.
He was in the process of
That's
scoring.
try.
Yeah, in the process of scoring the try, which he butchered. But would he have butchered it if he wasn't being tackled? Yeah. Knights
that
got away with
10
that
in
one,
the bin, though,
thankfully.
right? That play got 10 in the bin, though, right?
I don't know if he did. I think it was just a penalty. I know he
Just
might
a
have.
penalty, yeah. Well, it's a professional foul. I mean, If you don't get a penalty try, worst case, that's 10
When
in
if
the
it's
bin.
professional foul, it should have been a penalty try too. Anyway, it's been and
Give,
gone, and
give the video refs a bigger TV. You need to put a sign here, mate. Put a sign here. Give the refs a bigger TV.
yeah, there's a lot of talk about at the moment. Annesley's also come out saying that players, coaches, and us fans also need to be a bit more respectful for the game officials, because it's a tough job, and I totally understand that. But it's really hard when the bunker and some of these officials are getting it wrong week after week. Totally understand they need a bit of respect, but in the end, it comes down to their decision. And when they're clear as day, like everyone can see it, where do we stand? We've got a right to question it. Yeah.
Casey Badger had a really tough day in the office. She didn't get a lot wrong. Let's be honest. The game's happening at 100 miles an hour.
For sure, yeah.
There's 26 players on the field that are all trying to trick the referee at every opportunity that they strip the ball or they didn't strip the ball, or they're going offside. These guys are just trying to win the game, and they will cheat, and they will do something illegal by the rules deliberately to get an advantage any chance they get. They'll try and trick the referee. We've got players milking everywhere. How does a referee like Casey Badger expect to get anything right?
Yeah.
The video ref, on the other hand, has all the time in the world and hopefully a 65-inch television. They should be making every call correct.
Well,
They should be
that's the
making
whole
every
idea of
call
the
correct.
bunker. Yeah, that's what
The
they're there
whole
for.
idea is just the field referee cannot get
everything,
every call right at the speed of the game, with fatigue that they've got to deal with as well. And I've got a theory, Breno. Tell me what you think of this.
All right.
Should the referee be a drone? And what I mean by that is, when I'm sitting in the stand and when you're watching at TV at home, you have a better view than the referee. Should the referee purely be there to watch for the strips, right? But be listening to the video referee who's actually officiating the game? Because you see the forward passes a lot better there. You see the offsides a lot better there. You see the back play. They can quickly run back and go, hey, we've missed something. Go back to the 30-metre line. Should the referee physically be a drone? Let's put that question up to the fans and see what they think. What do you think?
Maybe it could be, maybe not the referee, but it could be just another camera angle. So we've got the technology now, and they can be, even the technology looking for forward passes and things like that. They've got that, but they haven't quite developed it from what I've heard, and it's still dangerous to rely on technology to call some of those calls. But that could be interesting.
Yeah, well, we got linesmen, actually. They do a lot of the calls on the forward passes.
For the forward pass,
and a massive thank you to the linesman. Yeah, to the linesman last week who officiated the South Sydney Rabbitohs game, where the Penrith player threw the ball 2 metres forward and it bounced, and then the guy caught it and scored. If they throw it backwards and it floats forwards, it's still a knock on. It's not play on. If he throws it backwards or forwards and it goes forward, it's a knock on if it bounces. So I don't know how the video ref missed that. The linesman's right in line with the pass. It clearly went forward and it hit the ground. I have no idea how the Panthers got their first try, but geez, I don't even know if we need linesmen anymore. The linesmen just don't do anything.
Yeah.
Wave their little flag.
It's just a spectator with a flag. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
We could sit here for ages talking about referees, what they do and don't do, and what we can do better. But in the end, we're just
show respect.
That's
show
right.
Respect.
We're just the fans saying it how we see it. But I'd like to throw into our favourite segment. Here we go. PJ's tip of the week.
Never get tired of those songs. No. To my fans out there that have been following me.
Oh, dear.
And I got a message from Gary.
Here we go.
I'm sorry. Okay. He put a bet on and he said, well, you got all 4 winners right. You didn't get the margins right. So I had Panthers 13+. I had Bulldogs 1-12. I had Storm 13+, but they decided to have an easy night. But the Titans were very good. And I had the Sharks 13+, and they won by 10. So I was close to getting 3. All right? So this week, I'm determined to get 3, hopefully 4. All right?
Four's going to be a tough ask this week, I think.
4's a very tough ask, but there's a couple of easier games.
Here we go.
Panthers, 13+. Broncos 1-12. Roosters 13 plus, and a roughie, Titans 1-12. I reckon the Titans are going to win this game, and I reckon it's going to be close. So Panthers 13 plus, Broncos 1-12, Roosters 13 plus, Titans 1-12. Get your money on it. Gamble responsibly. Hopefully, I can do better than 2 this week.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Mine went absolutely nowhere last week thanks to the Friday night games. And anyway, better luck this week, everyone. I think that wraps it up tonight. What do you think, BJ? You got anything else apart from refs to talk about? Or
no, it's been a lot of fun doing these podcasts. If you like it, please share it. We nearly cracked 400 views last week, which we're really excited about. Our group cracked 8,000. Big cheer. 8,000 followers. Well done, guys. Really love your support, and we're loving the comments, and the live chat's starting to really catch on fire. So if you're interested in the game scores, really important, please join the chat. Okay, don't post on the group, because we're commenting and we're sharing all the game scores on the chat as well. We know you love your halftime scores. We're putting them up every time. So join the chat if you're interested in those halftime, full-time scores, and we'll keep them coming. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting round. A lot of really close tussles this week.
Absolutely. All right. Hope everyone enjoyed tonight's episode. Enjoying diving into all the footy action with us. We hope your team goes well for round 9. Go the Knights. Woohoo!
Go the Bunnies.
Yeah. Until then, footy fans, good night and take care. Don't forget to join in on the chat. See ya.
Be online.
Thanks for joining the chat. Join Breno PJ next week for some more NRL live chat. Goodbye.